Welcome to the video series, an introduction to using Microsoft Teams, brought to you by Progressive Computing, Inc. Part 13, Working with Files. If you recall from the video on Status and Settings, there are a lot of options hiding in there. Under Files, you will find an Open File Preference drop list, which controls the behavior of what Teams will do anytime you click on a Word, PowerPoint, or Excel document. Now, my personal preference is to use the local desktop app. That will give you the most robust reviewing and editing features. There are two other options in case you don't have Microsoft Office apps installed or licensed. Teams will open the file within a Teams window, while Browser will open the file in your default web browser. Keep in mind these other two options may be convenient, but they are limiting in features and functionality. So here we are in the operations team looking at the Partner Success channel where I have a bunch of files stored. Let's look at what we can do. First, we can click on the New button to create new Office documents right here. You'll be able to select the Office document type and name it. Next, you can upload documents using the Upload button. Clicking this will open a file explorer on your desktop. Simply pick the files and Teams will upload them here. As a side note, you can also drag and drop files from a File Explorer window into a Teams channel files section directly. The opposite of upload is download, of course. Sometimes there are reasons to do this, but my advice is that you only use this if you really must. All files really should stay inside Teams. To open a file, simply click on it. Remember, Teams will open it in one of the three ways you specified in your preferences under Settings. You can also place a check mark next to the file. Then select one of the alternate ways to open the file. Another handy option is to use the Copy Link button. You will then get a small window to select permission options before you hit the Copy button. The default permission is anyone in your organization with the link will be able to edit. Go ahead and click Copy. Now, copying links is a best practice when you want to email files internally. In this example, I am emailing Jay to ask him to review the document I just created. Rather than attaching the document, I pasted the link in the body of the email. Either right-click Paste or use Control-V to paste as I did here. Most of us have our brains wired to view the world of files as a hierarchical structure. In the past, we had folders, subfolders, and files. In Teams, we have much of the same within Teams and channels and the Files section we just saw. Teams, though, gives another flexible way of looking at our files by most recently used. Click on Files, then click on Recent. This will show your file history with the last modified date and location. There's also that common three-dot ellipse menu where you can select different actions. Another nice view is the Microsoft Teams view. Here I see all files modified or accessed by others, as long as I have access to. Notice the modified time and by columns. This is just another way to see what's happening by others you collaborate with. Next is the Downloads view. This is a very interesting view because it is all the files in the Downloads folder on your local desktop. Let me repeat, this is all your files seen in the Downloads folder on your local desktop. With OneDrive installed, all your desktop documents and downloads and folders are synchronized to Teams. Only you can see your own files and folders, so don't worry about prying eyes. Another little cool feature is the Open Downloads folder, which will launch the File Explorer on your desktop. Some people are more comfortable seeing files that way. Lastly is the OneDrive option, where you will see all items in your local desktop documents folder. As I just reviewed with Downloads, OneDrive and Teams are in sync with each other, but only you see or have access to these files. On your local desktop is a little blue cloud icon in the system tray. Clicking on that exposes this menu where we have some options. First are the most recent files you've worked with for very easy access. Or you can open the folder to see everything. Microsoft Teams is extremely flexible and powerful in the way you work with and manage files. There are a lot of convenient options to suit a variety of working styles and conditions.